Well, we're back, and for those of you who've been following us on Instagram, that was no mean feat, but more of that in a later vlog. So we're back to normality, and I'm just doing the Yorkshire puddings for Sunday dinner. So yeah, very much back to normality. So I thought I'd just fetch you up to date, and we'll pick up where we left off. And that was in the beautiful town of Castleton. Oh, it was lovely. I do love the Peak District. We'll definitely go back. We've tried to book again for Easter, and I suppose, not surprisingly, they're fully booked, but so be it. Oh, excuse me, I can't cook without a glass of something. It's long past midday. So, Castleton, yes, beautiful, and just a few little clips of how beautiful it was. And actually also, the food was pretty good as well. I think I said on the last one, there were 7 pubs in Castleton, so you've got a hell of a choice. Anyway, after...
The only thing they haven't got on the Christmas menu is turkey.
What?
A winter warming mug of homemade soup with a chip butty.
Oh, sounds good.
Wonderful.
Anyway, after Castleton, cheers, our next stop was Coventry. In fact, my sister-in-law's drive. Got the eggs. So, my sister-in-law's drive. Great start. Free food, free drink, free everything, and good company. So we had a nice peaceful night on her drive, and then we went out with my family this time, and we had a nice meal out, but this was very much a whistle-stop tour as we were heading back south. So we left the following morning. I was still full of cold, and we left the following morning and headed down to my sister, who lives near Kettering. Another meal out. By this stage I was getting a bit worried about my waistline. I shouldn't have worried really, because as things turned out, and as you'll see from later vlogs, question of eating became somewhat incidental, so I came back having lost 5 pounds, quite amazing. So yeah, Kettering, and then we headed back south down to Winchester, which was going to be our last stop before the ferry to France. We had wanted to go to Santander, but even though we booked weeks in advance, it was fully booked, and we couldn't get on, believe it or not, until February, so that was quite ridiculous. So we decided instead we'd drive down. As it happened, it was okay. I mean, a lot of driving to start with, but it was fine. So, but before then, we got Christmas. Well, we hadn't got any presents or anything. We've had a big present, really, that's the motorhome. So we didn't bother with Christmas particularly. And by Christmas Eve, my cold had got so bad, I had to actually go to the doctor's and get those antibiotics that I so clearly needed, and start the road to recovery. And thankfully they did the trick. Took a while though. So Christmas Eve, we weren't feeling Christmassy. No decorations, although other vans on the site had got fairy lights and what have you. Surprisingly, there were 33 vans on the site for Christmas. This was a first for us, Christmas in a motorhome, but the wardens added their own little bit of Christmas magic, as you'll see, and they took what they made look like a sleigh, all lit up with fairy lights around the whole site, and gave everybody a selection box. So Thank you, Lisa and Chris. That was brilliant. It really made us smile, and I really needed that as I sniffled my way into Christmas Day. So that was Christmas, and then Boxing Day, and we were off late in the afternoon to catch the ferry to France. Just bear with me a moment, I think I am there. Put this mixture in the fridge and I'll be with you again in a minute. Yorkie done. It's always best if it stands for a while. Right, so where were we? Yeah, that's it, getting ready for the Pont-Aven. We'd heard all these stories about everything being checked before we got either on or off the boat. No dairy, no meat products, so I couldn't even take my Bisto gravy. So I guess that meant that OXO was also out, but actually I hid my OXO. I hid it in the knife drawer. But it was a real shame because we had to throw so much stuff away before we left, even though we tried to keep it to a minimum. And it was really annoying that the only thing they did at customs going out was looking en lieu. I guess they were looking for illegal immigrants, but we were on our way out. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. It wasn't the only thing they did. They were looking for knives. So they asked if we got any knives. And Alan said, yeah, we've got a whole load of knives. I mean, we've got carving knives and bread knives and paring knives. But no, he wasn't interested. I really don't think his heart was in it, to be honest with you. But anyway, so, and just the other end, when we got to France, they didn't look at anything. They just waved us through. They stamped our passport, but that was it. So I don't know if you want to take the risk or throw things away, but I was really quite annoyed, to be honest with you, but there we go. So coming back to it, we headed down to Portsmouth, and we were in Winchester, so it was only half an hour, 3/4 of an hour away. So we got there in plenty of time, and sat in the ferry queue waiting to board the Pont-Aven. Now, it was a really nice boat, to be honest, and we got pole position. We were right set up to be the first off the boat, and indeed we were at 8 o'clock on the following day. So that was good. Nice boat, nice common areas and bar. Haven't got any pictures of the cabin, it was pretty standard. 2 of us in a 4-berth outside cabin, comfortable night's sleep, but the common areas were really quite nice. Got bars, we had a nice meal in the restaurant. They'd even got a swimming pool, obviously not open in December, but it was there, it looks nice. And then there was also the lifts. Now they were quite something, very snazzy, very posh. I don't know, I've never been on a cruise liner, but just reminds me what I think it might be like. But yeah, it was very nice. Good night's sleep, and up early the following day, and indeed we were first off the ferry. So it wasn't even light when we got off. Bear in mind we'd only just passed the shortest day. So we were driving in the dark, another first actually, certainly for this motorhome, and saw the sunrise as we were heading, set the sat-nav for Bordeaux. Didn't really know where we were going to spend the first night, although we got the Aires booked for France and Camping Car Parks, and we set our mind that it was going to be an Aire, definitely going to be an Aire, but that was as much as we knew, heading in the right direction, and paying toll after toll on the French motorway end. York is done now. This is the result. Look at that. Used to be crap at Yorkshire for this. James Martin's recipe. Recommend it. Lots of eggs, strong white bread flour. Works every time. Well, we're going to leave you now. So, 55 euros in tolls later, the French really know how to charge. We arrived at what was meant to be our first stop, Mirambo. And there was well, very nice, but he was just a Frenchman gesticulating at us, trying to tell us that we shouldn't go up one way, but we didn't really understand. What he was actually trying to tell us was the barrier was broken. Yeah. He was a very helpful man, but my French is normally better than that, but maybe I was in a bit of a panic that day or what have you, so I didn't understand. Anyway, we got to the barrier, and he was right, it was broken. There was no electricity, so we couldn't use our card. The air looked great, but we couldn't get in. So, plan B. Good job, got a plan B, always have a plan B. So that was it. So more of that in the next vlog. So please subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, and ding the bell for notifications. Thank you, we're very new at this, it would be much appreciated.